against the Tigers. That's the first of 3. And then they'll head to Toronto to play the Blue Jays for 3 games. So you'll hear all of it here in MMS. 7:10 is the start tomorrow night. And remember, all throughout the month of August, you can use the promo code RADIO for 20% off whatever you want. Whether you're enjoying the dog days of baseball or whether you're prepping for football season, you can get some appropriate gear over at CLE Clothing Company. What's his name? Kareem Hunt asked to be traded, and the Browns said, nah. He's in the last year, I think, right, of his deal?
Yeah.
Why would he want to be sent away?
Because he wants he doesn't want to just be traded. He wants a new contract. So he's trying to get paid, but he didn't. He was hurt for a lot of last season, so he doesn't really have the bargaining chips to make that kind of play right now. So he's been back in practice from what I've heard.
But he also knows all that. So why would you go, I want to be traded now? He knows he's hurt. He's not producing.
He wants them to be aware of
where
he stands, I think.
This is him setting up a signal flare. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, Nick Chubb says that the front office should do whatever they got to do to keep him there. And you know Nick Chubb has got the... he's got the...
baby! Nick Chubb touchdown!
He does have the backing of the Browns Latino Browns backers. So Kareem Hunt, who... And I'll tell you what, this guy, you don't want to get on the wrong side of him. Because he'll start punching and kicking, and, you got to be careful. So, that chick from a few years ago was like, why couldn't he have been hurt before that?
It was before he was even on the Browns.
Yeah. We were getting from the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. Speaking of Chiefs, Bureau Chiefs, people who listen all over this great nation from the iHeartRadio app, many of whom have been hitting me up for stickers. If you need those near or far, I'm happy to send them out. Julie listens in Rockingham, North Carolina. I believe there was a station who had a pig for a mascot. Tampa in the 80s. I think it was called the Rockingham. Doug listens in Dundalk, Maryland. I don't know where that is. Dundalk? You ever heard of Dundalk, Maryland?
Dundalk?
Dundalk, Maryland. It looks like suburban Baltimore, maybe. Baltimore. Yeah, okay. Dundalk.
Dundalk.
Right on the...
I like that a lot.
Right on the bay there. Dundalk. Jeff's in Columbus. Nick and Cora listen in Golden Valley, Arizona. Paul is a bureau chief in Ogden, Utah. So there you go, one and all. They had the gathering this weekend. I was looking at photos. Every year I say...
We gotta go.
I say that every year.
We have to show Trip and do a live broadcast.
Well, I don't think we do a broadcast because there's no way we can do a live show around Juggalos running around screaming. I don't expect people to censor themselves. That's no fun. We'd have to be in a hermetically sealed, bubble. We'd have to be in a tent that was entirely soundproofed. But I was looking at some of the, they get national coverage for this because everybody else look at all these people, ha, ha, ha. That's no fun.
They're just living their lives.
Yes. Man. And from the sounds of it, there's not a whole lot of...
they're not bothering anybody.
They're not bothering anybody. They're not even bothering each other. They're not getting into fights and,
hanging out.
Yeah, what's some nipple stapling among friends? They did this out in Legend Valley, east of Columbus. Thornville, Ohio. And
what if my parents were actually in town?
Because they were at the Juggalos.
Because they were secret Juggalos.
That was the ass milk they were drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Dad, you missed a little bit of eye makeup around your lower... Yeah. Your mom got her tongue split?
Yeah.
Temporary neck tattoos. You can forget about the rest of your lives momentarily for that weekend. It just ended yesterday.
Yeah,
and they always get a hell of a lineup. Sure, you're going to get the Insane Clown Posse, but they got like Sir Mix-a-Lot and Slick Rick and KRS-One and, Horror, great underrated rock band. One big happy family. Pat from Massachusetts came out for his 15th gathering of the Juggalos. They have a Bigfoot seminar. I wonder if that lady from out there in Mansfield went to that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? She said, I got...
She hears Bigfoot
Yeah.
on the reg.
On the rag?
Reg.
Oh, yeah, it'd be different. They have a Miss Juggalette beauty pageant.
Oh, God, I would win.
I don't
Would
know
you?
if you would.
Couple years
I
ago.
don't know if you would.
I mean, listen, there,
Wait, which
there
version
are all,
of Mary?
Drunk mare.
Drunk mare
She would
women.
have cleaned up that bright red hair.
The gathering is absolutely a celebration of, let's say, body positivity.
All body types welcome.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you have the other attributes that they're looking for. You don't have that many tattoos.
I have a couple.
You don't
have a deep and abiding love for the Insane Clown Posse. I bet you can't even name
They'll
the
sniff
two
you out.
guys.
I think you have a clip of me singing Insane Clown Posse.
I probably do, but
Actually, Alan.
but you don't have a deep and abiding love for them.
Shaggy 2 Dope.
Yeah.
And the fat one.
No, not
come
anymore.
on.
I lost a lot of weight.
Santa Claus is a fat bitch. Yeah, see? Shaggy 2 Dope and oh
the
God.
formerly fat.
Give me a clue. Chris?
No, Chris.
Yes, no,
Shaggy
she nailed
Two
it.
and Chris.
Chris.
That's not it.
It's the Insane Chris Posse.
Shaggy 2 Dope and
An adjective and an initial.
oh, something J. Smiley
Yes.
J.
No. For as few problems as they have at the gathering, it's surprising that he goes by this. Not Smiley J.
Smiley J. Shaggy 2 Dope
And it starts with a V.
Vicious J.
Not
No.
Vicious J.
Violent J.
Violent J. It starts with a VI.
Smiley J.
Smiley J is better than Chris.
It is, yes.
I still love the video of him trying to go down that slide and he breaks his arm.
Ugh.
Juggalos be trippin', yo.
So the organized events wrap at 4 a.m. Wow. They had Mexican wrestling, and I mean,
It's an event, man.
just putting this together, just the logistics of something this large is very impressive. But looking at some of the photos from the past weekend I love it. There are 3 people I'm looking at. There's a girl in a bikini. Teats for $1, and then another guy's got his shirt pulled up and says, punch me in the gut for $10. And, I mean,
He made so much more money than she.
yes, there's nothing wrong with being entrepreneurial out there with the Juggalos. God bless him. My other hat is a gun. This guy's hat. There's another guy who's wearing a Crown Royal bag as a codpiece. That's just good repurposing,
Yeah.
right? Why waste something for your beanbag? Here's another guy on a rascal scooter and a bullhorn. And somebody else in a wheelchair. Whether or not he was put there from an earlier gathering event, I don't know. So, outsiders will look at this and go, ha, ha, ha. But people are having a great time. And a diverse crowd, by the way, I might add. You won't just see white people at the gathering of the Juggalos.
You'll see dirty white people.
It's for outsiders. They don't care what you look like.
No, they're one big family.
One big family.
There's a documentary called American Juggalo. It's
Yeah.
like 15 minutes long. It's fantastic. And everybody's cool, and they're just having a good time, and they all get along, and lots of drugs.
If you love Shaggy 2 Dan and Chris,
Juggalos be trippin', yo.
you know
can't go wrong. And if you love Fago. Anyway, gathering was this weekend. If you went, I envy you. One of these years we'll go.
Speaking of music and anniversaries of significant events, you know what happened on this day in 2004?
Squire Masonry played its one gig.
No. We played like 4 gigs.
2004?
2004, yeah. We were already broken up by then.
Jason Derulo played his
Just
first
that? Just Jason Derulo?
Just Jason
time.
Derulo.
Just Jason Derulo.
No, this is going to Alan's hometown. In 2004, a tour bus for Dave Matthews Band
All right.
accidentally dumped roughly 800 pounds
Of poop.
of septic waste on a sightseeing boat on the Chicago River. 18 years ago.
Yeah. Hard to believe. Yeah, they just opened up and let fly.
Crap unto me.
Yeah, and they have those boats. They have those Wendella tour boats that go underneath. And I'm sure there were people that got splattered.
Oh, they got
Covered.
doused.
Yeah, doused.
They were doused.
Yeah.
In Dave Matthews Band crap.
Shaggy to dung.
I constantly hear about how people are always like leaving from Cleveland to Columbus. Do people from Illinois go to like every other part of Illinois just go to Chicago?
Yes.
People from all over the country go to Chicago.
Well, I'm just saying. I just was curious. Is like I know Chicago's like the biggest city in Illinois, but I didn't know if there was another place that was just popping.
No.
Okay.
People go to Chicago and they'll get Dave Matthews Band poop thrown on them, and they'll still have a great time because like I'm in the city.
Right.
This is what it's about.
Yep. And they've got a story to tell.
I almost died because our driver, but the guy we were visiting with, who was driving us, nearly fell asleep at the wheel, and what woke him up was the little rumble strips on the side of the road.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're there for.
Yeah, that was dangerous, but
Yeah.
still enjoyed it. It was kind of a high seeing like the city open up at like 3 a.m.
No, people don't realize what a big state Illinois is. And there's really no reason to go south of 195th Street because the rest is just Illinois. And who cares about that?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I mean, I had a lot of friends that went to U of I in Champaign-Urbana, which is farther down. But
I don't even know another major
cares?
city in Illinois. What's the other major city?
I mean, there's Rockford. I mean, Springfield is the
Springfield, that's what I'm
capital.
Peoria.
Peoria, kind of ish.
I just know one of
Yeah, people aren't like clamoring to go to. People
No,
in
no,
Peoria are looking to get out of there,
Right.
You know,
they had a hot gay senator there, or a hot Republican senator that was outed as gay. So that's the only reason why I know Peoria,
yeah,
because he was snooping around on Grindr. It always kicks you.
yeah. Southern Illinois University is down in a town called Carbondale, and that is like the tip.
St. Louis.
Southern. Oh man, it's farther south than that. Like, there's people that don't wear shoes down there, so it's like, yeah, there's no. I mean, but again, my extended family on my mom's side are all rural people. So when we would go see like extended family, they were all in central Illinois.
ICP.
And so as a young man, I realized there's nothing here.
No.
I've seen corn. There's nothing here for me.
Maybe.
Once in a blue moon, we'd kind of hang out with our cousins from down there and just be like, oh, I don't ever want to live here.
But if you,
My
if,
grandpa took my shoes
anyway.
and gave them to my son.
I mean, they were nice. They were nice. I mean, they were lovely people, but it was like that life held no sway for me whatsoever.
it's amazing that Chicago has that much sway and makes it a blue state. If it's as country as you say it
Because there's
is,
so many people.
You ever see
I
that?
understand that, but it's gerrymandered.
You ever see that map where they light up metro areas around the country and they go, there are more people in these red spaces than in the entire rest of the country?
Yeah.
So there's more people in the cities than in the entire rest of the country.
The gerrymandering works for Congress, not for like senators or
cities
like
prop
that.
up the rest of the country tax-wise. All these people are like, get your hands off my... We're paying for you guys in the cities. You should start to act more like it. Doing you a favor.
Yeah.
Hey, Rube Star.
Alan.
Speaking of doing somebody a favor.
Alan, I've been doing lines of acid, and I was wondering if you've ever tried this. And hold on, I'm going to do one live on the air. Hold on. Okay, we're good. All right, go ahead.
Somebody
Have you ever
tried
done
it.
acid, Alan? And what kind do you do?
Why are you coughing from doing a line of acid?
You even do a line of acid?
No.
See, you got to leave it to Rube Star because he will find a new way to do anything. He is a seeker. He is a searcher.
Yes.
You know, Roger Daltrey said everybody called him the seeker. I call Rube Star the seeker. He goes, I will do a line of acid and then cough. See?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is that how you do it?
He is trying to open up his third eye.
Do you just, whoa, this was a good one. You swallow them? How do you do it?
That's between me and my clergyman, but I will defer to your judgment, Rube Star.
Well, I was taking about four or five of these pills a day, And
Acid pills, yes.
yes, L-histidine. It's an amino acid, Alan.
No,
Okay.
that's Benadryl.
And man, does it produce the dopamine?
Robe
Now, look, if I
Star,
had
did you? By the way, if you ever want to get into porn, Robe Star should be your name. Did you go to the gathering by any chance?
It's a Rube tube.
I know you're. Yeah, sorry. I know you're a man about towns. Did you head out to the gathering at all?
No, I live out in Nelson's Ledges, and the best thing about the pandemic is the Juggalos canceled that year. They're supposed to be here.
I would think that would be a negative. They're bringing in all that money.
Negative. They don't pay taxes to us. The place that they play here, the venue, we don't get none of it.
Oh, I
and then
see.
We got to bring in the cops, and now I got cops everywhere. Alan, how am I supposed to be, doing what I do?
You're paying for the
I'm
cops.
low profile. Juggalos make us high profile.
We're calling the radio show.
Not good for the Rube Star.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I like to fly under the radar.
Yeah, Rube Star, when you're out there snorting pills of acid and then coughing, you definitely don't want any police activity. I understand. Okay, thank you, Rube Star. Take care of yourself, all right? All right, there's Rube Star. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Alan.
What's going on?
Listening back to Friday's show with everyone getting up and about Poundcake, afternoon white people, and I have
Well, not everybody. Like a couple of whiners had a problem with him.
Well, true enough. One, he should do absolutely nothing and tell the whiners to sign his document. Or change it up a little. Maybe say afternoon French, or just I don't know, somehow.
The key is to try and play it cool, but sometimes you don't even have that option because they have these things called non-disclosure agreements.
Everybody's got suggestions for Poundcake on how to do what he does. Stop it.
What does he do?
He does that voodoo that he do so well. Stop giving him suggestions. If you could do what he did, you'd be in there and not him. You can't do what he does. It's why you're there and he's there. I don't know where you are, but I know he's there. When we move into the new studios, I won't know where he is. But for this week, I know where he is.
Yeah.
I won't know where, and I won't care.
Keep going.
He'll be in another room
Wrap it out.
somewhere with Violent Dan and Classy 2 Chris, whatever their names are, according to Mary. I've got to take a break. If you'd like to send a text, 35192. If you're listening on that iHeartRadio app, you can leave us messages